Podcast EP2, man.
So too, man. Big type.
Type.
Big
Dude,
type.
man.
You feel me, man?
Alright. Topic of the day is self-discipline.
Self-discipline.
Shoot, what you got for us, man? So, as a man, what are things that you can consider that are self-discipline?
It don't have to be even just for a man. Like, I mean, just in general, self-discipline. Like, I feel like it's essential because without self-discipline, I feel like, you know, you're susceptible to letting things trigger you, I would say. Or, because I feel like if you're self-disciplined, then you're going to have a strong mind. So whatever you do, whatever you pick throughout your day that you feel like you're self-disciplined in, it could be something small. But I feel like if you're self-disciplined in that, I feel like that makes your mental stronger as well. So I feel like that goes in turn with mental health too. Like people that struggle with mental health, if you find something that has self-discipline in something, then I feel like in turn that can help you out with your mental. Cause like being able to do something that you don't want to do, or that maybe others would think is like, you know, weird or whatever, but just being consistent as well. Consistency is also part of self-discipline as well, because if you don't have no consistency, then you're not, you know, going to be self-disciplined to keep doing what you know, trying to be self-disciplined in every single day. But you know what I'm saying? Like I feel like that's key though. Like having something that you discipline in. I mean, and then just trying to stick with it every day, because that can help, you know, strengthen your mind. I feel like in turn. But
All right, let me ask y'all this: what do you make? Like, what kind of things do you think make people like go away from being disciplined? Like nowadays, like what are things that keep people from being quote unquote disciplined?
For me, bro, I just think,
Or for you personally, what kept you from like staying disciplined?
shoot, for me, bro, and there's nothing wrong with none of this stuff I'm gonna say, because it's whatever you feel like is right. For me, bro, when I was playing football, I definitely want to say, I'll say weed, 100%. Like,
For sure.
bro, just smoking all day, 100%.
I
Like
just
that.
for myself too, though, for sure.
Like weed, bro, because it's like this, bro. It's like, I feel like, I'm not saying necessarily weed is a bad thing per se, but I feel like anything that you use excessively can cause harm to you. So
I feel like too much, I don't mean to cut you off, but like too much of anything like in life is bad for you. So I feel like you have to have a certain balance. Like, you know what I'm saying? Too much of literally anything. You can drink too much water, that shit can be bad for you. But like obviously you have to drink like hella water, you know what I'm saying? But that shit can still be bad for you, like for sure.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to have some sort of balance. So like you said, smoking weed's not bad, but if you overindulging in it, just like you do with anything, it's not good for you. You know what I'm saying?
And I'll back you on that. I would say like weed for me probably helped like keep me from being disciplined in a lot of situations, and social media, too much intake on that definitely held me back from like staying disciplined or consistent and stuff like that too, from just overindulging into shit that everybody else got going on, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so
I feel that's
just
why
comparing yourself a lot.
I feel like that's why I had to get off social media, because like, I mean, at that point in my life, I feel like I was just comparing too much. But obviously that was years ago. I ain't been on social media in a while, but I feel like when I got off of it, I feel like I was just more focused on what I had.
Mental clarity and shit like that.
Sure. Definitely more mental clarity, but you're more focused on what you got going on, because there's nothing wrong with Instagram, don't get me wrong, but like, I feel like, that's what I'm saying, overindulging in too much, if anything, is bad for you. So
For sure.
if you know what I'm saying, mindlessly, I feel like it's like I said, being mindful in what you're doing, but like and conscious of what you're doing, like just being conscious. So like if you're mindlessly on your phone, and some people pick up their phone subconsciously and don't even know that they went to the Instagram app, you know, and started scrolling. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
I feel like just being mindful, like there's nothing wrong with it, but you have to have balance and you have to be mindful and what you're consuming. It's your, you know what I'm saying? You are what you see, what you eat, what you hear, all that. You know what I'm saying? That really affects like you and that, you know what I'm saying? But
I think also, I didn't cut you off either. I mean, also video games, bro. I feel like it just, as a man, bro, at a certain point in time, I feel like, bro, you gotta have a balance with the video games too. Like, and I'm gonna say this, it's like, let's say this, bro, and I don't have a wife, but or a girl. But let's say this though, if I have a wife, right, and that's your obligation. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, at the end of the day, it's just like, what are you gonna do? Are you gonna sit down and just play video games and ignore your wife?
Right.
You feel me? Or are you gonna spend time with your wife? Like, cause that's your obligation. You made that decision. You see what I'm saying? It's the same thing with like video game. I mean, same thing with just like sports, or if you just got a regular UPS job, bro. It's just like, if I play video games at night, I don't get enough sleep for the next day.
Right.
Then I'm drowsy, right?
Facts.
You feel me? Like, I can't focus on what I need to focus on, bro. And so I just feel like, man, there's a lot of things that I feel like the world has put there to stop people from getting to their true self.
Yeah, and what the true self, like I like what you said, true self, because that can get misconstrued as well on what the self really is. Because people have a self imagery or imagination that they have about themselves, which is that's beautiful, that's needed in life. But at the same time, you have to define what the self really is. You know what I'm saying? Is the self what you portray, like what you thought it was? You know, what you picked up through your life. You know, and consumed through your life. And that's what people define their self as, but that's not really the self.
Yeah.
That's not who they really are. That's who they condition themselves by, like their parents, you know, just in anything that you consume, that you watch or whatever, and then that's what in turn, like, they think that's what the self is. In all actuality, it's really not, you know what I'm saying? But that's something that, I feel like each individual has to go through, you know what I'm saying?
Like I'll speak for myself, bro. The reason why I had to cut off weed, right? Let's just talk about the reason why it will mess me up mentally, spiritually, and physically, right? Weed. So mentally, it clouds your brain.
Right.
So if I'm just consuming weed so much, I can't read books, I can't intake information because my brain is so clouded.
Yeah.
Like, I'm having doubts in my brain, I'm having doubts in my head, I'm having all types of stuff. This is for overdosing on weed.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, weed is here for a reason. No, if you use it correctly. But I'm saying, like, that's me indulging in weed. Spiritually, it kind of holds me back from spending time with the Most High. You know what I'm saying? I'm high all the time, so I'm not going to want to spend time in the Word. I ain't want to spend time
But see,
with
sometimes,
God.
I feel like sometimes when I smoke, because I do smoke,
Sure.
that sometimes it helps me just appreciate things more, really. That's
Okay.
like sometimes when I, smoke,
Yeah.
it brings some sort of, like, I just start, appreciating stuff.
It affects
But
people differently.
It affects people
Yeah,
differently.
I
100%.
go back to just say, like, everything is really to each his own, you know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
it's like everybody's gonna cope with different things differently and good shit like that. So
Like, when I was off of it, bro, I've been more locked in than ever. Like, I've been off of it for like 25 days.
Yeah,
I've been,
I respect
like
that.
I said, there's nothing wrong with it, bro. Like, by any means, bro. Like, but I'm just saying, for me, bro, I've been locked in way more than I ever been. Just, you know what I'm saying?
Focus on with,
Yeah, having different hobbies, and then physically, I feel like I wasn't gaining the weight, the muscle that I feel like I could intake when I'm sober. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, when you smoke, it's like you're hungry for that moment, but then, like I said, that's why you gotta have a good balance with it. Because let's say if I'm smoking every day, right, my body's gonna get used to, being in that high state.
Yeah.
So then when I'm not high, I'm not gonna be hungry. So that's loss of muscle.
That's true.
So I mean, that's why I think everything just gotta be a good balance, bro. Like, there's nothing wrong with having a glass of wine.
But you gotta be self-disciplined in it. You know what I'm saying?
You feel me?
Like, you can't just, overindulge in it. Like, if you gotta do a glass of wine,
you
like,
really can't overindulge into anything.
Nothing, bro.
Because it'll,
especially if it's
it'll fuck
outside
you
of
up.
you. Anything outside of you is cool. It's appreciated.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But it's just certain detachment that you kind of, not sure that you
Yeah.
have to have from it, but I feel like it's kind of essential, because if you're kind of detached from it, then you kind of see it for what it is. It's not really affecting you so much. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because if you have a lot of attachment towards things, that's really can affect how you like feeling. You know what I'm saying?
Because if it was to ever, for whatever reason, like, you couldn't get access to it, you'll probably, like, mentally just be, like, all over the place, you know what I'm saying? Like, you wouldn't even know how to cope without certain things because
That's why you
so
can't
much of
be
an attachment
exactly.
towards it.
So I like saying, like addiction and stuff, and that stuff is real. Like, it's hard to break them type of things, but like, I feel like just having certain self-discipline, like, it's gonna in turn make your mental stronger. Like, you know what I'm saying? You gonna have, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna help you with your mental health. I feel like.
Think about this, bro. Think about you reading a book all day. Your brain will start hurting, right?
Yeah.
You feel me?
You
You're gonna start getting
really
tired, bro.
If
You literally
just-
cannot indulge
if you
into
just
anything
Spending
too
your whole
much.
entire day just reading books, you're gonna get like a brain fog from it.
You
You're
feel
gonna
me?
get burnt out doing that. You feel me?
Yeah.
Same thing with just working. If you just working every single day, like you're gonna get burnt out with it. If you're
Yeah.
smoking every
That's why if
single
you working
day,
out, you gotta have your
all
rest
day.
days. But your rest days, if you working out, your rest days is just as important as your your
for sure.
workout days.
Yeah, rest
It's a
days are
balance.
definitely essential.
Bro, in the Bible, Sabbath day is huge. You don't do nothing.
Right.
You just rest in presence, bro. That like 7 days.
It's in presence for real, man.
Bro, it's in the Bible, bro. They talk about rest. Rest is important, bro. So like,
Yeah.
I mean, so for me, it's just self-discipline. For me, is just locking in on what is important. Like
Definitely.
rest is important. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.